my channel? Welcome back to another video. I'm Jessie E. This is Ravenclaw, and you're watching. I feel like this entire channel is just y'all watching me attempt and scramble to get my life together. So since the first week of May has already passed us, I figured why not upload a May TBR so that y'all can see what I'm gonna read this month. As y'all know, I am co-hosting Panelathon with Natalie and Shay, but I am also going to be participating in the Asian Readathon. So I figured I would show you my TBR for the Asian Readathon along with a couple of books that I'm going to be reading outside of the Readathon. I have the books I'm reading for Panelathon here with me too, so I'm just gonna show off a bunch of stuff. The first book is one Bookstagram has been hailing for months. It is Where the Crawdad Sings. This book is by author Delia Owens. I believe it is her debut, and Bookstagram has been tripping about this book for many months. It's basically about Kaya, who is a woman of the swamp, and there's been rumors going on about her for decades about her being evil and she eats people. And those rumors are lighted on fire when a very handsome, young, successful man turns up dead in the swamp. So everybody starts to hunt for Kia, or maybe it's Kaya, I don't know how, it's probably Kaya, that's probably how her name is pronounced. It is a murder mystery, but it's also got some really gripping personal human connections. There's notes about prejudice in here. It takes place in the South during, I think, the 1960s, and I think it deals more with like prejudice of people against those that are Cajun. I know the premise doesn't sound wildly intriguing, right? But I started this book, I'm about one chapter in, and I am stunned. I am stunned by how gorgeously it reads. It's beautiful, like every sentence is, it just feels like you're there. Like the atmosphere and the scene setting and the way that the writing is structured is amazing. I'm just gonna show you the books that I am not going to be reading for the Asian Readathon. The first one is Thomas Wildus and the Book of Shadows. This was sent, I believe, in December of 2018. It's by J.M. Bergen, and it tells the story of this young boy named Thomas who loses his father when he's, I believe, 6 years old. And his father tells him never to give up believing in magic. So he's always been like on a quest to prove that magic exists, and then he comes across the Book of Shadows, which takes him to another dimension, I believe. And so it's basically about Thomas's secret family history, his ability to wield magic, and I'm just like really excited for this really sweet middle grade story that I've been needing to read for quite some time. So I'm gonna get to it this month. This book is by Kathleen Glasgow, and it is called How to Make Friends with the Dark. I have heard nothing but rave things about this book, and it has one of my favorite styles of colors. Wow, I speak English. This book is about Tiger, who's has a tumultuous relationship with her mother, and then her mother dies. And it's about Tiger coping and dealing with the loss of her mother. That is pretty much all I know about this book, but those who have read it have absolutely raved about it, and I really like books about grief and loss. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm really excited to check this book out. It is a young adult contemporary novel, by the way. Then I have Vigil, which was sent to me by PBO Bang. I'm really excited to read this book. I unboxed this either on my channel or on my Instagram earlier this year, but I love it because it comes with these character cards that tells you the stats and the abilities and the powers and strengths of each of the characters. She is my favorite, like, goals. Vigil follows a group of US government contracted superheroes who are dispatched with the initiative of finding out who assassinated the president. And as they find out how to work together and to stay alive, they discover that nothing is what it seems. I love that we have an incredibly diverse cast with an impossible mission, and everybody has their own background, their own abilities. I can't wait to see how they work together and to find out where the story is gonna go. Now for the Asian Readathon, of course, I'm gonna bring it in with Monstress, one of my favorite comics. It tells the story of Micah Halfwolf, who is an amputee that binds with a very ancient, powerful entity, and she is able to bind with this monster and to harness his abilities, but he has an appetite of his own, and he likes to eat people that are close to her. However, Micah is on a mission to discover the secrets of her mother, Moriko. She's on a quest that takes her through a pirate-controlled city. There is lots of queer relationships, excellent world building, gorgeous art in this comic. It's why it has won so many awards. It's dark and it's gruesome and it's creepy, and I just love it so much. I'm also gonna be reading the sequel to Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend, which I'm very excited about. What is my cat doing? What are you doing? We'll also be reading Swati Teerdala's Tiger at Midnight. Esha is a legend and an assassin, and Kunal has been a soldier since childhood. Together, they must band forces in order to overthrow an evil dynasty. But of course, nothing is what it seems. They have no idea who is trustworthy and who is not, and they must learn to work together without killing one another. This story is rooted in ancient Indian history and in Hindu mythology. It promises lots of backstabbing in a Game of Thrones-esque fashion, and of course, two incredibly strong-willed characters. What the hell are you doing, Raven? I'm also going to be reading The Astonishing Colour of After. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this book. It's about a main character who is biracial. I believe that she's white and Asian, and she has to go to her homeland in order to kind of get closer to her mother after her mother's suicide, I believe. Now, do not quote me on that synopsis. I could be completely wrong, but I'm very, very excited about this book regardless. And in case you can't tell, I'm trying to kind of just go into it with an open mind. I don't really want to know much about it. I just want to really experience it and just like soak in the wonders that is this very hyped story. I'm also going to be reading 6-4, which is the group book for the Asian Readathon. And of course, I'm going to be reading lots and lots of graphic novels and comics for Panelathon. Now, I've already done my TBR for Panelathon, so I'm not going to go into all of these. But in case you just like kind of want to peek and see what I am reading, we've got Isola, Copperhead, Kim and Kim, Paper Girls, Witches, Snot Girl, Brat Queens, and of course Monstress. Blackbird, which is my host comic book pick for Panelathon. I'm also going to be reading Submerged, which is a new comic to me. It's been out for a little bit, but I haven't read it yet. And also we've got Destroyer. Y'all know I love the Destroyer, and Jade Street. This is a very ambitious TBR considering that I'm leaving in late May to go to New York for BookCon, and I'm going to be working a lot of doubles. So who knows if I'll get through all of this. Thank you so much for watching another Bow Ties and Books production. Stay sharp, and I will see you in my next video.